Thank you. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. My name is Rita, and this is my very first speech. I'd like to take the opportunity to tell you a little bit about myself. Before I do so, I was thinking, how can I take some of that pressure off my shoulders? And most of you probably heard of people saying, oh, that's easy. Just imagine everyone in the audience is naked. I don't think I want to see that image in front of my eyes. And I thought about it, and then it hit me. For me or you fellow Toastmasters, to become good speaker, we need what? We need good listeners. And I'm going to test how good of listeners you are as I will ask you one question about myself at the end of my speech. The answer to that question is hidden somewhere in my speech. Therefore, listen carefully. I was born in Prague, which is capital of Czech Republic, and ever since I was a small girl, I just loved to explore. I always crawled into little spaces and holes. And it started by exploring my room, and then the house, then the garden, then the outside environment, and one day I decided I want to explore the world. I got my first job offer when I was 18 years old. It was in France, Paris, and I decided to leave my home at that age to take the job. I had a blast, but in 1999, I decided I want to see even more. And on August the 26th of 1999, I came to Canada. I was here thinking, what am I gonna do? I know, I want to be a businesswoman. And 3 months after I came to Canada, I opened up my own store. I imported goods from the Czech Republic, things like crystal, glass, candles, wooden toys. It was a gift shop. Unfortunately, 3 years after I ran my business, I had to close it down. It didn't do as well as I hoped for. Therefore, I decided to go to school. I want to learn how to run successful business. I got education in business administration and marketing management. After my school, I decided to join one of these. And I smile when I say that because so many people refer to network marketing as a pyramid scheme. I was doing my business presentation one day, and this girl told me at the end, is this a pyramid scheme? And I said, what do you mean? And she said, well, that's when you are on top, and you have all these people below you, and you always make more money. They will never make as much money as you just because they are below you. And I asked her, what do you do? She said, I work in pharmaceutical company. I do drug registration. And I asked her, do you have a boss? And she said, yeah, I hate her, my manager, she's horrible. And I asked further, does your manager have a job? She said, oh yeah, he's great, but he's never here. And I said, if you work overtime, you work weekends, and you work twice as hard as they do, are you going to be making more money than them? No. That's your pyramid. Based on her opinion, every job in North America, corporate job in North America, where you have the owner, upper management, lower management, and the employees, would have to be a pyramid scheme. But yet, you don't hear people talking like that. Hey, what do you do? I'm the receptionist. Oh, you do one of those pyramid schemes. So I don't quite understand why people refer to network marketing as a bad thing. I'm still involved in network marketing nowadays, and I'm also in charge of public relations and marketing for medical clinic. I also have few business projects, as Roger mentioned at the beginning, on a side. What I want to say is that through my still young life experience, I've seen many people succeed and many people fail. What I realized that the difference between those who succeeded and those who failed is that those who succeeded never gave up. They failed once, twice, 3 times, but every time they did, they got up, they pushed harder and harder until they made it. Those who failed once, and it was the end of the world for them. Oh, she just had more money than I did. Oh, they just knew better people than I did. Oh, they were just more lucky. You would never hear such excuses from successful people. Look at Howard Schultz when he was opening Starbucks. He did business presentation to 242 potential business investors, 217 of whom said no. Some people thought his espresso bar concept lacked any basis for sustainable competitive advantage. Some people thought, who would pay $1.50 for a cup of coffee back then? That was 1896. Pardon me, 1986. Some thought Starbucks, what a hard name to pronounce. So they didn't believe in it. And look where Starbucks coffee is today. Howard had many reasons to give up, but he didn't. He ended up raising $1.65 million. Where would Howard be today if he would have given up back then? Fellow Toastmasters, no matter what you do not give up. Now my question. Who knows where did I go to take my first job offer when I was 18 years old? You are great listeners. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Thank you.